Hi and welcome to this How Do I video series about Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016. In this video, I will explain how to make an inventory plan with different locations. At the end of this video, you will learn how to make an inventory plan based on different locations using stock keeping units in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016. To enable this scenario, I will get there by going through these steps. First, I will show you how to create stock keeping units and how to configure a replenishment system to achieve an inventory plan when you have only sales and purchase processes. After that, I will show you the same thing but in situation when you have production processes as well. In our first example, we will imagine situation when we have one central warehouse location and more distribution centers. In this situation, we use this central location for all our company purchasing. All our sales will be realized from our distribution centers, and we expect that our distribution centers will be supplied from central location. To see this example, we will use one new item, 0101. We bought this item and it is intended for a sale. Because of that, we configured its replenishment system as purchase. We want to use planning system for this item, and because of that, we configure its reordering policy as fixed reorder quantity. We typed 100 as reorder quantity, and that means NAV will use this quantity at the minimum in planning process. If we look at availability by locations, we can notice we have 10 pieces on inventory on central location, and we have 5 pieces as gross requirement on distribution center 1 based on sales order. That means we have 5 pieces of our item as projected available balance. Now, if we want to calculate an inventory plan for our item, we will open requisition worksheet and run calculate plan. As a result, we can see system recommends that we need to order first 5 pieces for our distribution center but also 100 pieces for our central location. First 5 pieces are based on our gross requirement, but other 100 pieces are based on total reordering quantity. System doesn't know that we can remove our inventory from one location to another. Now, if we want to make it clear to our system, we need to use stock keeping units. A stock keeping unit is a location or variant specific item. In our example, we will use only location specific item. To create stock keeping units, you need to run create stock keeping unit command from the item ribbon, and in our example to choose creating based on location. Now, when we open stock keeping units, we can see all them for our item. Okay, now we will configure them. We will edit stock keeping unit for our central location. First, we can see that system automatically added inventory to this stock keeping unit. We will continue with purchase for replenishment system, but this time we will add vendor for this item. We will not change reordering policy, but we can do it. I will just change some parameters. I will add 100 as reorder point and 5000 as reorder quantity. Now I will configure the next stock keeping unit for distribution center 1. We can see system automatically recognized our gross requirement or stock keeping unit card. Now I will change replenishment system to transfer because I want to provide supply for our location only from another location. It requires transfer orders. And okay, I will add our central location as location from where I expect supplying. Again, I will change some parameters. I want to type 10 as the order point and 1000 as the order quantity. Now I will run requisition worksheet again. When I run calculate, I will get different results. First, system requires 1000 pieces from central locations because distribution center needs item and the order quantity is 1000. Then system requires new purchasing of central location for required 1000 pieces and additional 5000. It is because this is configured as the order quantity for this location. Just to know, system didn't require all 1000 pieces because it already has 10 pieces. Because of that, system requires only 990 pieces. We can see all these numbers on this chart as well. First, we can see that distribution location requires 1000 pieces from central location. And after that, we can see that central location has purchase plan for 1000 pieces to cover distribution location requirements and additionally 5000 pieces based on reorder quantity. Now I want to introduce you with more complex example. Imagine the same situation as in previous scenario with one central warehouse location and more distribution centers, but with one more location, manufacturing location. As in the previous scenario, we use this central location for all our company purchasing. But we will use our distribution centers for sales and for supply of our production locations. In this example, we will use one new item, 0105. This item will be our finished good. Because of that, we configure its replenishment system as production order. We will use manufacturing policy make to stock and we configure bill of material where we have one item 0106 as raw material. We use the same planning system for this item as in previous scenario. About our raw material, we configure its planning system the same as previous item, but we use only replenishment system as purchase because we need to buy this item. We made new production order for 20 pieces of item 0105 and we choose the production location. We already created new stock keeping units for our new items. For our finished good, I will configure only stock keeping unit for our production location. As replenishment system, we will choose production order and we will choose production location for components at location. Also, we will type 100 as lot size. We will use the same reordering policy as we already configured. Now, I will configure stock keeping unit for production location for our raw material. We can find gross requirement for this stock keeping unit based on production order. As replenishment system, we will choose transfer because we need material from other location. And as transfer from location, we will choose our distribution location. We will use the same reordering policy as we already configured. For the same item, we will configure the stock keeping unit for distribution location using transfer for reordering policy and central as source location. After that, we will configure the stock keeping unit for central location using purchase for reordering policy. And finally, I will open requisition worksheet and run calculate. As a result, we can see the following. System first requires 100 pieces of material for production location from distribution location because 100 is reorder quantity. Then system also requires 100 pieces from central location for distribution location because we have not this stock on inventory in distribution location. And finally, system requires to buy this inventory for central location because we have not an inventory and we configure this location for purchase. Let's wrap up what I talked about. These were steps I followed. First, I showed you simple purchase scenario. In this scenario, I create stock keeping units and configure replenishment system. And I calculate the purchase plan in the requisition worksheet. After that, I showed more complex production scenario. And finally, I made calculation of production plan in the requisition worksheet. On the end of this video, you learned how to configure inventory planning in purchase, sales and production process when you want to make plan with different locations in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016. To learn more about this topic, visit the Get Started page and follow the links on the screen. Thanks for watching this video about inventory planning with different location and using stock keeping unit in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016. This video in the How Do I series about Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016 is prepared in collaboration of Microsoft and Platan.